we will not like be going back to what we did yesterday. We'll just continue from where we stopped, and that's what I actually drove the Excel file. I dropped the Excel file on the group. So if you're going to be following live now, you need to get the Excel file on your laptop, right? So we'll continue from where we stopped in that place. And I also sent another thing I sent to the group is the PowerPoint. One thing about um, the um, dashboard is that we create the wireframe, which is like the back. For those of you in the last time, I showed you how to create simple templates on Excel, which we are going to use for the dashboard. Yeah, but to make everything more seamless and all that, which is the same idea we also use for our Power BI, right? We can actually create the wireframe on on our PowerPoint, and we just copy paste it on Excel. Then we have our wireframe already, which is it's made up of shapes too. In Excel, if you want to still do the same thing, we're going to use shapes. So it's just um it's just the same thing technically, and this is what I'm talking about. I sent this to the group too. I sent this to the group, and I sent the Excel here where we stopped working because we have the clean data already. And I told you how to clean this data if you were not in the last video, and it was cleaned using AI. So, and the steps to clean the data, which there was a time that we had a 3 hours class on cleaning data, which I actually told you how to use formulas. Normally, once you have used your formulas to clean your data, and you have helper columns and all that, and you have used your formulas, string VLOOKUP and all that. If you put your pivot, if you use your pivot on it like that, for example, there was date here in the original data, but there was no month. So when we're trying to put the pivot, it's not bringing the month, but we needed month. So if we're actually creating our month, which is an helper column, right, in our cleaned data, if you put it on the pivot table, right, it will not show this month tab. Why? Because the helper column was done using formula. So what we did the last class is that we have to copy the whole cleaned data, then create another tab, then go and paste it as values, then go and delete the former tab. So now it's what we paste is now as values. So that's where we arrived at this cleaned tab. Then we add our pivots without any stress. So, and in this just walking through the pivots, get the last video. I will not be explaining that again, right? So we moved from that to all these red pivot are the pivot for the second stuff, right? And we have summary tables. These are the two summary tables, and I'll show you how we do that too. But we first do with chart first and deal with. So now we have two dashboards. So let us say this is the page one for our dashboard. Let's say this is page one, and this is page two for our dashboard. Okay. And let me dashboard page one, dashboard page two. Just depends on how you want it. So now the first thing is, normally I gave you guys the whole color codes already on how to really build this from the scratch. I sent the color codes to the group already since like some days ago. Right, I sent the color codes already to the group, and we're still using the color codes too. Right, and these are those shapes. These are those shapes, but the reason why it's just advisable to build this way frame on PowerPoint most times is just like just make it easier. Because for those of you that aren't familiar with PowerPoint, whether or not are you familiar with it, you just understand that it's just simple. So you just put in shape, changing the color. And I told you color, in primary school we did primary and secondary color, but there are some color that is not primary, there is no secondary, which we call like textural colors. And all those textural colors, they are in form of codes. That means the color are codes, right? So and those codes now is what would something like a color like emerald deep, right? We'll be using it, which is the accent colors, indigo. We have the background, which is OAOFIC, right? We have the panel, which is the card background. Oh, we all saw that now. Let me see for our phone.
So, sir, are you presenting?
Okay, I'm not even presenting yet. I'm come. Let me do that. And let me admit this person. Yeah. So you can see my screen now. No?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. No. So I said this stuff I sent to the group already. This is the background, right? And I sent this Excel file to the group, which is what we worked on yesterday, right? What we worked on the pivots and the so today now today we are creating the dashboard, and this is the page one of the dashboard, page two. There's nothing there yet. So I was not like, I was teaching in the last class. For those of you that didn't attend, if you watched the video, I was teaching how to create simple dashboard. Right? It's not the last class. It's two classes. It's one class like that. I was teaching how to just create simple dashboard stuff. So it's just very simple. It's just like you dragging and drop, you drag and drop. Someone speak, you can now.
Okay, so about the dashboard, the wireframe, I mean,
Yeah.
that you're about to create. I noticed, I think you said you're using PowerPoint for that.
Yeah.
If we're working on Office, are we going to be separating it like that? Or can't we create the wireframe on Excel?
Okay. You can actually create an Excel, right?
Okay.
But to just make the whole process like easier for you, right? Is if I want create this thing on Excel now, it's the same process because these are still shapes. Abby, these are still shapes. But it's just that and the reason why I'm introducing this early is that if I want to create dashboards, um, you know, wireframes in Power BI, right? And that's why you see some. If you have seen some, you have seen some type of Power BI dashboard. If you can see someone's picture there, you can see some other stuff like that. So those Power BI dashboards are created either here or on Figma, which is still the same drag and drop shapes and just the same vibe, right? So is if we're creating it here on PowerPoint, right? I don't creating. It's just a thing that we just copy and go and paste it, right? Go and copy and paste it in Excel. And then resize. And this is why I did this. This one another reason why I did this is just to ensure that we are faster, right, into this class for those that actually follow into, because some people now if we start saying um adjust this, which is actually simple, right? But I just feel like with this now, if everybody copy paste this and we just start from there, we'll be more faster with the class. So basically, yeah, step one, for those of you that have this already, whether or not you have your system, don't worry, when you have your system with you, just to create it. It's very simple. So if you press Ctrl A on this, or like, or you just copy like this, uh, right? It's just like what I did was like just you can do your normal Ctrl A to just highlight everything. Then you just press Ctrl C, which is copy. Then come and Ctrl V here. So can you see as this Ctrl V now? One thing you may observe is that it's not pasting the background. So if Ctrl Z, so what you can just do if you actually do Ctrl V, which is to paste, then we still have to put in the background, right? We have all the icons already, which are just shapes, Abby. These are just literal shapes. So then if we want to put our background, because we're actually going to have our black background. So our background is just a normal fill and it's nearer to black. I know since we're actually using the color code, you the colors are not here, so you'll be going to more colors and custom. So come and type the color here. So according to the color I sent to the group, the color for the deck background is 0 0 A O F1C. So that's the color for the background. Okay, so we have this. So you can see that if you actually creating it manually too, you just have followed the steps of putting the normal. This is a text box, for example. What we have here is a text box, and by now you know about text box now because I'm going to use it too. This one is a text box too. This is just a normal cell. We have a line here. This is a I must try to move it a little, just a little bit from the edge, yeah. Because I started from A, I should have started it from B, so you can have some space beside. You can also do that. You don't do your own shot. I started from B, then you can just reduce the border of. I think we should try that. Let's do that instead. So at least this will also be a recap. So if this is like page 1, okay, page 2, I don't forget what we did from here. What we did, when we have this, we did our Control A and a Control C, which is copy. So you can see I just pasted it from this, so I can just have a little space, right? So this was our this was our the color that. So now it's more better like this now. So we just have some spaces beside to just make it more professional. Right. So this is what we have. So if you are following what I just did now, then you should have this at your end too. Then you should have this at your end. So this is for page one. Right. If you are following, can you just react? If you are following, you just go where I did now. Alright. Thank you. So the video is recorded, so in case you, and I sent the PowerPoint document already, and I sent the Excel document already too, so you can just follow. And for you to know how we arrived at our KPIs and the likes, so you watch the video of yesterday. So this is for page one. So let's do page two. Let's do page two. So other thing for page one is it's not visible, but you can also remove the grid lines. Yeah, it's not meant to be anywhere. But the black would have covered it already. Right. So don't forget we're pasting from B2. So there'll just be space above, space beside. You get the vibe now, right? So second page. This is the second page of the dashboard. Why the KPIs are the same. That means the same KPI on the first page, the same KPI on the second page. So it's just big heads, not something. So yeah, pressing our control on this. So control is not working. You can just do this. Just put your cursor on it. So you can copy, which is Control C, and come here to paste. Control V. So if we're adding Control C, Control V, then you know, see the same background color. Don't forget. So are we here already? So this is our page one. This is our page two. So you can see. This is value transaction jet and region. This. So now this is what we want to create. Not exactly the same thing. We're gonna actually give you. Now, actually, last class I was saying, I was. It's the same, like it's the same thing, but not um. What is inside this is just a random sample that I just put inside for you to just know the exact charts that will be there, but it's not the exact figures. Do you get now? But it's the exact KPIs and the exact chart. So I made my design. So when I made my design, I made a blank template like this, and also made a template with also values. So to just serve as a guide for even for you guys why building, right? So it's nothing. It's nothing. So now in our last in our in our in our video in our yeah I'll talk about the color codes now. So the color codes for the text, right? You know, I said emerald. Emerald is for KPI numbers, which is the number here. Active pew line area chart success bar. Right. So so the first, the first KPI here is transaction value here. But we have our 5 KPIs already, so don't worry. Okay, so we'll follow what we have here. Okay, we'll start with total value, right? Um, average transaction size. So just take it anyhow with any other here. I want to start from total value, right? So it's the same way I told you how to reference now. Let me bring the formula bar down. So if you want to reference a shape, click on the shape, click on the formula bar equals to, right? Then come here, come and click on it. And I told you, if you watch the previous video, I actually gave you how you convert 128 point. I did this 1.8.2 million. So watch the previous video. So our value has arrived. It has arrived here, but we need to first change the colors, right? Let me change the color of the KPI card. So we are working with emerald green. So that was 34D399. 34D399. And we need to increase this size a little bit. I think we should just do 20 and bring it to the middle. Bring it to the middle. And yeah, we are cool with that already. So the yeah, the text, we have three texts. We have primary text, which is for titles, table body text, right? We have muted for subtitles, which is like this, and then we have muted dim for footer. This is the footer text, this one, right? So which of the so now let's use this type of color, which is used for the subtitles. So this is like the primary white text. So we just want to ensure that I know your text. Don't forget the we should not forget the what do I call it? The size for this. I think we use 20. Yeah, we use 20 for this. So what do we do? Our text box insert it. Oh, so okay, so we need to first change the color first. Yeah, become we can speak now. So we need to change the color.
Sir, when I copied it from the PowerPoint to Excel,
Yeah.
I it's not showing like the background, the Greenpay background. It's showing the other ones, but it's not showing the background for that Greenpay. Was it
Yeah, it's
that
not
I
going to show the
copied it
background.
incorrectly?
If you're from the beginning of the class, it's not going to show the background. You will add the background. Do you
Oh,
get
okay,
now?
sir.
So you're going to like it's just like after you have done that, then you come and click on here. You click on this place. Can you see my console? You click on this place, right? Then it will highlight everything. Like it will highlight all the whole background. Then you now go to the cost like color. Like the way I'm doing this color now. You will now go and I told you about the color of the background, which is the deck background. You saw the color codes now. Like the color codes are actually like sent to the group. That screenshots
Yes, sir.
here exactly. So the first thing on the color code is the color for the background, which is OAOFIC. So like zero, I mean 0A0FIC. So if you type that color right and click on like okay, yeah, the color will not appear at the background. So you can try that. So this is my 483 9483B8. So that's the color we're using for this. So I don't forget um the same approach that we used to remove this um what do we call it? So central alignment. So we need to bring it down a little bit. I want it down a little bit. Alright. So yeah, 11 is cool already. So but now we need to remove the background of the text. So yeah. So so we need to remove the background of the text, and the background will be the background of the KPI panel. That means it's just like we're picking more outline colors now, right? Because the background must just sync, and even the fill background. So we are doing 121 A2B, right? These are just it's not something it's not something deep. It's just doing the colors of exactly. So we have this now, right? For those of you that are just saying this and be like, which one is which one is 121? Just color codes. It's just like it's just colors for like tertiary colors or colors that we actually don't have normally, right? Yeah. So yeah, we can copy these and you know let's see if we can. Okay. Um, let's we could just paste our values, but don't worry. Okay, come. Full duplicate. Alright, okay. Oh, so let's quickly just recreate the process over these remaining ones quickly. So clicking here, well, I've done total value already. Come and do total volume. Right. So select the color. And let's do 20. Because we did 20 for these two, I guess. Let me confirm. We did 20 for it. Yeah, 20. So I think yeah, total volume. So don't forget it's just the same the text box. Yeah. Okay. And don't forget this just normal alignment, control, center alignment. Then don't you see something like this? Let me show you how it looks like. Something like this. Okay, something like this. Not this. Something like this. Outline. So change the field to change the field to this. And we have to change the text to this. So the same approach for the third one, right? Don't forget, just put your cursor on it, come and click on the formula bar and put equals to. So, average transaction size. For this 20, as usual. So average transaction size, you can just copy. You can just copy. You can just copy this. So alright. Yeah, use this colors. Just click on this.
Yes, so I recall it, sir.
Yeah, sure now. But you all got into this point now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm recording now. So it's all the same process for this one again. Active agent. We'll do 20. Alright. You can also come and copy this one if you like. Just come and paste it here. Or you have to drag it down. So you just like what you just do is just copy the format for you so you know like stress yourself. So, so what do you call this one? After having transactions, active agents. State cover. Look at what I said about this now. I can also put it. But I need to see something like this for it. And I can put it something. State cover. Yeah. Last one, something so yeah, good to go. So basically, we are cool with the cards, right? And another thing is, one thing is that the cards are automated like this, right? That means if any changes is being made in this clean data, it will affect, right? It will affect it. Yeah. What's going to work with our slicers and all that, yeah, bro? Let us first continue first. Yeah, so transaction value by stage. Transaction value by stage. The next time, so it's just like what we did here now. Transaction value by that's a code. This is a map. A map. A map. So just follow through. It's not hard. Whatever I do the second page of the dashboard and see that you really flow very fast. So okay, the transaction value by state. So this is the dashboard here. Do highlight the grand total. Just first see the candidate. Sabona. Who is in a map? So they say you can't create this chart type with data inside a pivot. Okay, so yeah, since our map self will not be working, dynamically, Like we don't need to be using our slicer and our map, right? Definitely. So I think we can just bring the data values out of our pivots because the map won't work with pivots. So we can just name these states and let's call it a month. Let's align it. So aligning this, let's make it extend a little bit. So let's see. So this is our map basically. Basically. So we have our chart title already. Just move it. We come out performing the formatting palaver. We just perform the formatting together. Right. But come and put it here first. I have to really use the chart. So
Like moving or no. Ṣé ìgbà tí mo fi rìn? No, ṣe mo kàn fi wọ́n ẹ lórí fóònù pé nǹkan tí mo ní kó bá mi rán. Mo sọ pé nǹkan tí mo ní kó bá mi rán.
yeah. So first of all, just don't press come and remove this fill. No fill. No border first. Just come and change the colors very soon. So what's the legend? Yep. Hope you all got that. You guys have to follow it now. So multi-transaction trend will just be like this. So that's going to be like a line chart for that has this. We're going to see that type of chart right now. I'll do this one. I'll do this one. So there's a month here that is unknown. I think sure let's look at our January to December. It's called that chart also, it's called an area chart. So why isn't this don't use 3D chart? So if it's line would have just be like this. So that one has some it's called an area chart. We don't want this tag one. This is the normal one. Mistakenly deleted the chat.
Ilé àpáyé oṣù August náà. Ilé àpáyé August. Ṣé ìpè mi fẹ́ jẹ ti August náà? Ok. O tí ti dìde látàná. Àná gan. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mo jẹun lánàá. Lọ́gọ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣòkòtò mi rí. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣòkòtò mi láyé lọ. Mo lọ kó sí. Ẹ̀kan mo jẹun lánàá. Kọ́lẹ̀kùn lè rí.
Along with the lines, can move the
Wọ́n
paper.
padà jáde sí ọ̀lẹ́ jáde. Ó fẹ́ ba ara mi ẹ́. Why ló fi tọmọ́ sí mi lójú ìgbéga wẹ̀? Guy, why dey shout now?
So can bring this
Màá fọ́ fún mi mọ́
side.
ọ̀hún kan tí bí ẹja. Omi jẹ́ kó sáyà.
Can bring this.
I did fall now.
Can bring this inside this. So
Where is the drink? You never buy the drink where you come.
so yeah, remove the fill. Don't forget, you need to do that one immediately. And remove the line, like the borderline. Meanwhile, come and change color of the chart now. You know that one. Come and change the color of the chart. And do we have any special color for our chart, sef? Maybe just be doing it together, sef. So be fast. Okay, do not chart. Let's see. God, I'll use for this. Do not chart. See now, emerald. This is an emerald. Okay. I think can just use this color for the chart. Right. Map. So which color do we use? We can just mix up something. Let's see. Got something like this. Yeah. And okay, next time I think we should just let's do something. Let me do someone speak. Someone speak. Someone chat.
Yes, sir. It's good evening, sir.
Yeah,
So, sir, I have a meeting by 7, sir.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. I'm trying to see how I can rush.
I'm here to see. Wait. Anna, you deal with yourself.
So I just did without Western pick the so no matter. So let's do Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. I think Control Z.
Check out what I asked you. I'm okay to show.
So let's continue. So let's do transaction by channel.
This is not what I asked you to show. But this is beautiful.
This is going to be like a donut chart.
Yeah. It is not what I asked you to draw. I said this one is beautiful. But this is not what I asked you to draw. I asked you to draw what I sent to you. Is that what you draw?
So this is a donut. Donut should be here. Yeah. This is a donut.
You said I cannot draw it properly. That's why it looks a little bit different. I agree with that. But that's not what I asked you to draw. Alright. Alright. So this is fine a little bit.
So,
It's beautiful actually. Clap for yourself.
so I removed the data labels before, so we need to bring it back. No, I need the labels. No. I think we can just do with legends, no labels again. Then. So don't forget, we're going to adjust these colors, but I just want us to really touch. Because there's a color for the donuts. There's a color for the donuts. There's a color for the donuts. There's blue. There's one particular type of blue. Okay. So then let's zoom more colors. Type the color codes. So there's this type of blue. 38.
Yes.
Sorry, what am I saying? It's not 38. Yeah, 38. BD F8. So that's the color code for one of the blue. Then there's another indigo.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
There's another indigo.
Can you hear me?
So you must take your time with following the colors because we need to be some professional. Okay, let's go. 81 ATF.
Anna, don't climb that thing. Anna, don't. Anna, don't climb that thing. I get a child. I should go back for the place. Come on. Yeah, put in place for fix because so I don't see pounds.
47.
What's the pound? 200 in Ghana. 50 in Ghana.
O que eu não posso mandar o
You know,
Olha mais é que vai com a conta.
Se você não havia cada
Top agents by volume. This is a normal table. I'll show you how to do that one. Traction status. It's a bar chart. Traction by
status. Ele estava falando com ele. Vou falar lá,
So this is where's the bar?
Guy, are you a Alright, can you hear me? I don't know if anyone can hear me. But that was yeah, we know those the answer can hear me. You know, two for was that two? What I
Okay. Remove the fill, remove the line. So the reason why I showing all this is because we created the chat for people, but I know want applying to use slides and all. So feel like that. So then top again by volume. Top again by volume. And that's what we did here. Those are like the top agents. So we did like the first 10. So how we just do this is very simple. So we want to create like this type of table. Right, we want to create this type of table. So the first thing we even need to do is that we need to simulate something that will actually just blend with this
I don't know whether you guys can.
background. So starting with the background,
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
then the text. So what I want to do now
Okay. I want to be sure whether you guys can hear me or
is
not.
called camera referencing.
Yes. Okay. Guys, please can you actually like
So that's something like this.
um
So
add me as a co-host so that I'll be able to share my screen.
so let's go.
Hi, how you doing? My daughter, how you doing now? Okay. So I'm going to start right now, because of time now. I might not
Okay,
be able
so
to like wait for others as much as possible. But
so
I guess that this course is
can use
ECC
the normal
too.
tables here.
That's ICT
So hopefully
accounting.
like they look like
And I can remember
magic guys
if
are
I can
able.
remember very
Don't
well,
worry.
during my time, the tool that we used was not Excel.
Yes,
It was an auditing tool if I can remember very well. Yeah, but you guys are using Excel, and Excel is very important, even
okay, so
as an account student. Alright, so but let's just quickly just go over
we can use more
the
lighter
questions
tables.
that we can just start. Now the first thing we'll be doing, I don't know what you've been taught, but what I'm sure about
But
is that we need to first
the
understand the problem we are trying to solve. Now Excel is just
um,
a tool that we use for our analysis.
what else did you
Alright,
use color?
so I've
Yeah,
gone through the data set, and the data set is a financial
that's
data
good.
set.
And
Yeah,
so someone will be like,
that's to do
how do
with
we do this table with
profit, cost of goods sold.
on top of a sheet?
So, and
Is it possible
we call
for
that type of
you
data
to
set
literally copy?
financial data set or
Right, but it's
accounting
all called
data set.
camera
So
referencing
it's not
in Excel.
relating to
So
health, it's
like
not
the way
relating to
we
marketing,
actually doing
it's specifically relating
this
to
referencing here
financial
like this, the way
aspects.
we're actually
Yeah.
doing
So
this reference here, like
the first thing we need to understand
clicking on
is that we need to
the
understand the
clicking on
problem. Alright, so because
the
you guys
shape, blah blah
are
blah
going to
blah
have a
blah.
practical, your test is going to be
But don't
practical.
worry, let us even
That
first
means they are going to be given
let
this
us
kind of
even deal with this one
um,
first.
question again, but this time
Okay,
they are going
failed
to do
pending
it.
and
No,
successful.
I think during that one time then we
So
use
failed is my red, pending
FBLT.
is so
Then
yeah.
we carry our system to the for the test. So you are going to own a laptop
So
for the test. Maybe if you have one or you want to borrow.
can
Alright. So I think for the test that's how it's going to be. Then I think what during our own time it was one
the
of the
colors will
assignments
just
that we did again
really
for the
show.
test. Do you get? So I'm sure that it's one of the assignments that you guys are going to like do again for the test or for the exam. I don't know what
Okay,
instructions
so
that you guys have been given. But let's try
successful.
to quickly go through this. So let me share my screen. Let me just share my screen.
Yeah.
Alright, so I'm going to share it right now.
So top again by
Okay, let me
volume.
share the entire thing so that you can
Top again by volume.
okay also share.
And
I don't know.
so aside here we have type of referencing, we have normal referencing, which we use to
Can you
reference
guys see my screen now?
this particular card.
I don't know whether that can make
Right.
it as the
This
major
particular
screen.
card.
I don't know whether you guys
And
can
there's another referencing
because can you see my screen?
that we want to use now, which is called camera referencing. So just
Please, can someone confirm?
follow
That can you make
through
sure that
what
this
we'll be doing now.
everybody
Right.
can
So when we do camera
unmute
referencing,
themselves.
And let me just show you how we
Everybody
activate
has
it
their
in Excel because
the
it does not come
functionality for
natural. And what is the camera reference? We need to just ensure that we
you have
reference
your
the table and bring it over here. We need to bring the table over here. So that's what we'll do the camera
okay.
references. So let us
Okay,
work.
so okay. So I think I'm presenting now. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So
So for camera referencing,
so
we have to go to file, come here and click on
now let
more
me go to
and
the
click on options.
now one
Then
thing
you come and
about any business analysis,
um
any data
see like
analysis
advanced there, you
is
can see a
that
lot of stuff
you'll
here.
be given two things.
Trust centers,
You'll be given
quick access
the
toolbar.
problem you are trying
So
to
this
solve
quick access toolbar
and also you'll be
we
given
need.
with data.
So you come here,
So we want to try to make sense out of our
click
data,
on all commands,
but there's a
right?
specific problem that
And come here.
we are trying to solve
That's
with our
like
data. I'm sure you get what I'm saying.
stuff hanging.
So the first thing we are going to do now is that the
So
first thing is that we need to first
I need to
go
follow this
through
video
the
closely.
problem. Okay.
See,
Can someone read
let's
through the
see.
problem for me? No.
Camera.
So that it's going to be a
uh
narrative. Can
So
someone
this
just read
camera, you
it?
click on this camera here
I just want
and
this
click on
to
add.
be very
So
interactive
when you
and
click on camera and click
very
on
fast.
add here, it will come here. Right, so you just press OK. You now see something like this here on your Excel. The Excel cannot do it. That means you need to upgrade.
Okay, editor is doing that.
I need to upgrade it. So it is something like this. The way camera reference is very simple.
Lawrence, are you doing that?
For those of you that have watched one video like that, I did camera reference, and
Well, we're not.
you just click
We're
on.
not.
You know what I did? I clicked on. I highlighted. I clicked on the camera. I'll now come here. I'll now come and you know bring it. Who saw what I did now? I know we can actually reference your cell too like that too. It will still work automatically. That means we're going to change anything to still affect this. You get the vibe now. So I think okay. I think they are too much. Let me just do 5. Let me just do the 5 agents. Yeah, so in my pivot here, I'll just highlight 5. Like I'll just do like this. So to really just size up with, right? Click on my camera, right? So since I didn't really mention how many agents here, so you get. So another thing I need to do is that since they stop again by volume, I don't need to have it here again. So I'll start referencing from here, right? So camera it's come here. And what I did too would have worked for all these normal cards too. That's why I said there are two ways to reference a shape. We have the normal referencing and we have the camera referencing. I showed you how you activated the camera referencing. Click on file, click on more, click on options, come here, come and click on quick access toolbar, popular commands, no, all commands, then come and search for camera, scroll down, you see camera, add the camera, and okay, you get now. So that's the way you do it. And some will be like, want to give me the bell. Right, don't worry, it's all practice, right? So practice to you gain some form of perfection. Just like we can actually format this thing too, right? Because I don't want it to have a feel. You know, it must blend. It must blend. That's one of my goals. The blending must blend. Yeah, the table will still show. Tables are made up of lines now. Yeah, it will still show. I think just have time. I would have looked for a color that would have almost blend with the this background. I was thinking of using black. See, the background is black. Let's see what black would do. Let's see what black would do. Someone will be like, why do you stress? Why do you stress? What we did is good now. Why are we so let's use black for this background here initially. That's what I'm saying now. All these things just calm down. Practice. Some of you are not really practicing the way you should. You need to really practice. Um okay. I try to remember the color. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's see how this will blend on. Let's see how this. I'm trying to think about something. I'm trying to think about how this will blend. So, come here, come back here. Just let's come back camera reference this. Okay, I love this. This is cool, but I still need to see the lines. Okay, they are lines, but they just kind of. Okay, no, I didn't like this. The colors are not syncing. I think you just even use the previous one. The previous one is even better. A little bit. Just better a little bit. Alright, so yeah, this one is still cool now. This one is still better. Still better. So now we have our first page done successfully. Right. So let's quickly move on to the second page. Someone asking questions, someone saying something. I think Moyo, I hope you are following. Ayomi, I hope you are following. Moyo, Ayomi, are you following? Okay, I can't hear from you guys, but let me assume you guys. You go, yes, sir. Okay, that's cool. The video is recorded. I think I told the previous guy that I also left because of some emergency. So, video is recorded. We are done with the first dashboard, basically. Yeah. The first page, and this is what I expected from you guys when I give you guys assignment. Okay, but it's fine. Let's, you know what? Let's quickly run through the charts quickly. Then we'll just focus on the cards. Then we're done in no time. I want us to be done in 10 minutes time. Traction type mix. This is the chart for our blend with traction type mix. We'll be working with the donuts. And don't forget, we have done all the pivot already, and that's why for you to know how we did all the pivots, go back to the previous video. Go back to the previous video. That will walk you through the whole pivot, magics we performed, right? So yeah, let us run through this. Traction type mix. Traction type mix. Donuts. Yeah, donuts. Let's do donuts. Alright. Now I think we'll just do slicer for month for everything. Or should we do slicer for, just do slicer for month. And I'll show you how to format the slicer and all that. Then I think we are good to go. But the slicer will not affect this state. You know that this state, the clause now, we cannot create a map from a pivot. So we have to, copy the pivot value as values, and the magic we perform there now. If you don't know it, go back to the video and watch. So it's simple. Such things are, Yoruba, they'll say Kolofa, you get. So that's Control V.
what this column header contains. Now it
Control
contains,
V, yeah.
you have the
Remove the
standard
fill, remove the
standard
border.
part now. You have the enterprise, you have
ọmọ fún àkàrà tó wà mọ̀ sípúlà kan láì ṣé láti wà
how many customer
ìjọ àríyá òun ìgbà tó pupa kan láì ọjọ́ ìwò.
I'll see if I can shift this a little bit here so my legend can just stay very well. So bringing back my legend, I want to use these colors for my legend. The legend are just going to show that what does all those colors mean. That's the meaning of a legend, okay? For those that might have questions in their mind. I think someone wants to join the call or something. Okay. Oladele. Okay. Someone join again. Okay. So can we just quickly format this? You know, we have our colors already now, you know, which we should format the previous ones. So let us just play around quickly. And let's have something. Yeah, some mic is not muted. Mute it, please. So we just have some decorum. Alright. Alright. Now we are cool. Channel performance success rate. I told you the reason why this one is having stuff like because we are bringing it based on the pivot, and the reason why is that I want to create a slicer just for like months, a slicer and timeline or something, or a slicer only. Then we just bring the slicer up and put it up here for a month, right? The channel performance. Let's do the chart quickly. Agency analysis. Agency analysis is bar chart. Alright, so let's do that quickly. Oh, our pivots are done already. All our pivots are done already. Agency analysis is bar chart. So copy, paste, come and format it inside here. I said we're done with our first dashboard. Yeah. So once you are done with this dashboard, you can make post on LinkedIn, right? Make a post on LinkedIn. That's you even building your portfolio indirectly and all that. Yeah. So ensure you do that. Sure you do that. Yeah, moving the fill. Remove this. I want us to be faster. Right. So I also have some other engagements I need to talk with. Yeah. So monthly trend by type. Monthly trend by type. Monthly trend by type. And what do we use for that one? Yeah, anything month, you know, looking at performance over time, you know, we all know that we need to use a we need to use a line chart, right? So insert, just come here and just draw our line. But no, it's not line. It's not line. We want to use. Let's use area. Let's use area. Let's use area. Yeah. And the reason why is somehow jam packed, like because for we're looking at a couple of things over the area chart, but nobody we should have just looked at the total, just the monthly by type total, right? But we are looking at for all elements. But don't forget we have our we have our legend, right? So is okay. Can you also use increase the size of all these box? You can't go. I just like my box being minimal so that to just fit in the chart easily. Alright. Alright. So if we're bringing this legend back, then we should know that so yeah, you can just filter here. And that's most of this one. If you click on only POS, if you click on only POS terminal and click OK, then you will see only POS on the chart. That's most of what this filter on the chart you get. You click this and this is now. Now your region your your region summary is this same. It's just the same it's just the same stuff we did. Right. Do we skip a chat? We have not skipped any chat. Region summary. So first thing is to I don't forget what I said about camera referencing. But let us remove the grid line from audio. So click on camera, don't forget. Come here, come on camera. Okay, it gives the background automatically. Yeah, but we need to move the background. I need this background removed. Yeah, no field, no line. So then okay. I think from there, let's just come and change the color from there. Since we're going to be bringing it in. Exactly. So, these borders, I think I should just work with something more light in lines. Some like blue, gray. Yeah. I'm looking for a more lighter color for that. Let's manage it. Let's manage this. So come here. Come and blend it in. Okay, so if this is showing this color, and we are removing the fill. Exactly, and to show.
So this data set. Now, you see that you are allowed to use this private key.
Don't forget, this is camera reference. It's not like we
I'm going to
screenshot to.
generate
It's camera reference. That if we change anything in the data set, it will affect it, and it will also, if we also put our slicer into it also.
now. What we want to do is that
Yeah,
we want to
channel
put our data
performance,
now
um,
in
success rate. Okay,
pivot
okay.
table to go and
So
analyze.
that's the channel
So when
performance.
it comes to analysis, analyzing
So we
data,
skipped that. Yeah, how
we use
come?
pivot table. And
Who
what
is
is
it here?
pivot table just like
Channel
analyze
performance. Don't forget,
analysis
for those of you that
Excel that Excel
do not get how to do all these pivots,
create your menu.
the videos
Your menu. When I go to
are
menu
available.
menu
So what type of bar? Okay, let's use the normal column chart,
when you start creating your menu,
which is also a bar chart, but it's also a vertical bar chart.
to get your answer for your problem. Alright, so pivot table Excel.
Come here, come here, come here, come here.
So now in order to use pivot table in Excel, first off
All
you
right.
need to actually like um you need to first highlight all the data sets here. I want to do that. So highlight the data set. So in order to do that, what I'm going to do now is that I'm going to now everything is already okay. Let me try to do that here. Okay. I don't know why it's not going. Okay, no problem.
Yeah,
Not just
for this chart, we
not just
can
um
can actually add the data label inside it. I need to be saving this thing I'm doing. The battery is kind of low now. Yeah, we are done basically. What we just need to do is just to put these cards. It's the same cards, the same card exactly that we have here. Let's see if we can copy and it's not showing. So it's just gonna paste. I don't want to just paste it at this. So we need to really paste it as so let's quickly do it. Quickly, quickly, quickly. That's all we have left. Just reference the KPIs, then we are done.
so the first thing I want
I
to
need
do
to
is
be
that
fast so my stem does not die
our own because our
on
pivot
this call.
table and pivot table is what helps us to actually
Total value.
do any analysis in Excel. Alright. So
Total value was the first thing we reference on.
okay. So in order to use your pivot table, you need to just highlight the data set you want to use for your pivot table.
Come on, can see clearly. 20. So let's just that also first to go first, For the other one, we just quickly total volume. Yeah, this third. Third, fourth,
Can you just wait? Please, can you hear me? Okay, okay. Please, let me check what's the type of the file for the data set.
fifth,
Okay. I think it's just very good. Can you check the first data? I want to try to import my data. So if I want to import your data, I just come to the file. You need to know the type of data I want to import. I just click. Alright. Let me just click it.
so don't forget to explore as is doing just cards. Now it was to be done.
So I've already imported um my data.
This 20. Now let's come and copy it here for me. Come and copy this.
I've got a lot of data. I'm trying to wait for Power BI
Same again.
to resume. Because that's the only thing I can use. I can sort of use again. So if I try to like load it from my Power BI system, it will just take Power BI to complete it. So I'm trying to get that. So I'm trying to wait for the data to load.
Come and be adjusting it. So let's just keep copying here. There are like two magics I want to perform quickly more. Just slice and the hyperlink. Just open half tempo. At least slice and let's do slice out. It's very important.
Right. I think that's everything.
I need to end this video very soon. Battery is low.
Okay, let me just try to refresh on my main card.
So what to save it?
So that
Are you waiting for me? You're not saying
let me just refresh my card.
copy oh, oh. All right, okay, so this is everything basically, and going into the so basically, yeah, we'll continue the recording. Yeah, so what everything needed here, so you can just get the recording from the beginning, watch it and see step by step process how we did everything, and you can also so recreate and and see what else? Yeah, slicer, yeah. So I'll create a slicer that works for. But basically, I would never advise us not to create a slicer because for this KPI card, there are some metrics that we have to use formulas basically, right? So those ones would not move dynamically for the pivot. But also just for the just for the sake of the slicer, to just understand more about slicer and all that, so we'll just be creating it, right? Be creating it, and so how do we do that? How we create our slicer? It's very simple when we're familiar with it already. So we put this and click on insert slicer and click slicer for months. We're going to be have something like this basically. Yeah. But something like this basically, this is not all we need. This is not all we need. Because this won't fit in now. So click on slicer again. Guys, you click on this slicer up, you'll be seeing different types of slicer. That's how I was explaining to you guys on that. It's not only one color we have different colors. And now, even apart from the whole color palaver and all that, there are also other departments about slicer that we actually will need to know, right? Apart from this normal colors and all that. So now, another thing, if you right click the slicer and click on the slicer setting, right, you'll be able to see this month, blah 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 blah. So let's do something more advanced in terms of properties of the slicer. Alright, so the height is okay, the width is okay, but let's do more properties in terms of position and layout. Yeah, so number of columns, one. Yeah, so also see size and height, width, you know. So for this, if I increase the number of columns, then something like this. Then I'm going to be have something like this, but it will be too much. I see. And this is where you can, reduce. You can increase number of columns. So let's say we're working with like just 6. Yeah, and then we have an empty month. That's why I shown empty here. Yeah. So this is like the button height. That's the button height. I want to increase the size a little bit. and even more, right, columns, right. So a lot of funny things like that, but cut. That's for the slicer, right? They are I've also shown that they are formatting to it. But if all, you can also put what we call your um, timeline. So our slicer. So the way we do our slicer, we can first come and click on our timeline. Okay, there's no have to video. Timeline works on only dates. But okay, let's still do slicer. Let's still do slicer for this. And let's see. But based on the conditions warranting what we just created, right? We actually don't need this slicer. Actually don't need this slicer. There are no many variables we need to start looking for the right. So we don't need this slicer basically. So normally we're going to have like this. So we just want to ensure we have, so for example now if we're extending this like this now, we're having something like this, and this is the slicer. This is just painting a perspective that slicers can actually be formatted, and that's the purpose of this explanation, this part of the explanation. It's not like as if we actually need it according to this scope. But in their natural formatting here, that we have some formatting that it's like follow come according to. So if you are working with a normal color, you might have actually even seen a color that fits, right? It just fits your. But this where new slicer style comes into, where you have we need to format the whole slicer, right? And format the header, selected terms with data, selected terms with no data, and you know, for this now, you now begin to get password and how you want your slicer to be and all that, right? How you want your slicer to be and all that. Your colors and all that. I want to be on slicers and all that. So you can get more personal with the formatting here, or using just the normal slicer. That's if you relate to the color you are actually using. So, for normally, based on the scope of this dashboard, we don't need a slicer, yeah, because we have some values that are not based on pivots, they're just based on um, you know. So another thing I want us to do is just something. So let's go on page one. So what I want to do basically is is just have our page one and have our page here. So they just know that this is page one. Just like put something like green, something like this. So I'm fine with just something like this. Just something like this.
ẹ ṣe ìwọ ló ní ó lè láàárín ó lè ṣe èyí ṣe tó ìdáhùn ṣe onídìí àti orí káyà rẹ lọ tó gbé èyí táwa ló gbà tó tà mí ní ìyàwó comfort ní ọyẹ. Analyst them.
So simple part. Let us go page 2.
Yeah.
Again.
First one to me. And then,
So I did page 1, page 2. And come here, come and do the same thing here too. Okay. So just coming here, filling that part. Then our margin center. So page 1. Okay. So this is so don't forget what we did here. Don't forget what we did here.
don't jump.
So just calm down where you're beginning and just explore and don't forget that all these things are just so I just filter. In case you don't filter something. So that I said we don't need a slicer for this because of all these our cards. Some of them are not from pivot. Like this success rate and I think this is so from okay, well, so it's not from pivot. And this is our map. Our map in the first in the so normally it's this page is this page 1. Oh god, I supposed to be like this here because I'm actually on page 2 now. So, yeah. So this page 1, this page 2, page 1, page 2, page 1. Can see the page 1 now. So we need to have our, a transaction value, charge, blah 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 blah. So what did we create? What did we do? We create and get in touch with me. Can make a post on social media platforms like LinkedIn and all that. Just display your knowledge, have fun. So watch out for our next case study where we are going to be working on SQL and Power BI. So it is something so more crazy and just have fun. Um, thank you.